Hello everyone, the crypto researcher is in touch, and today we will talk about Web3, or rather, we will discuss what the new generation internet can be like compared to Web 1 and Web 2. Web 1, simply called the internet because it was used from 1991 to 2004 and did not know what could be different. Then, users could enjoy static pages with information loaded on them. This version is also called read-only, although it is worth nothing that you could download music and read the latest news, and not just information from the explanatory dictionary. It was a one-sided game because you could easily go to see pictures of cats, but you couldn't upload a photo of your cat to show off to your friends. All content that you could see was controlled by one site owner. This person could add and remove whatever he wanted. So the first version of the internet was just a huge repository of data, and there was not much interaction between the World Wide Web and the person looking at the monitor. Wikipedia is a great example of this, although it is worth nothing an exception in the example of the world-famous Amazon service. Since it has allowed users to leave reviews since its inception in 1995. But then again, at the time it was the exception to the rule. Web 2 is our beloved and familiar internet, which is an integral part of our work and leisure. Although of course the internet in 2006 and the internet in 2022 have a lot of differences. One cannot give an example of what Web 2 is because people have not yet decided what Web 1 is, so we draw a conclusion on the differences found. The first and main distinguishing feature is that ordinary users got access to posting content in Web 2. Social networks appeared, and finally you can upload a photo of your cat in order to brag to your friends. In addition, we were able to write posts with our thoughts, make an incredible amount of search queries, and make purchases. But these advantages have a downside. Our personal information, such as the name and bank card number that we enter to pay for ordered t-shirts, is easily distributed to advertising companies. By learning the right information about us, the people who control the services on which we spend a lot of time easily run algorithms that help us easily and simply spend a lot of money and hours. We are talking about targeted advertising, you get this. Thus, you can forget about any privacy. They read us like an open book. Humanity is evolving and our needs are changing with us, so we want not just interactivity from the internet, but the ability to exchange information with other users while maintaining our privacy. This is what drives people in the direction of creating a Web3 environment. So we got to the main king of our party, Web3. We are still, as in 1991, dealing with services that belong to specific people, so in the presence of illusory freedom in the possibility of publishing content, we cannot be sure that our account with all information will not be deleted just like that. Service policy has not approved your content for any reason. And of course, it's unpleasant to know that when you ordered was a delivery by courier, you limply shared this information with a bunch of other platforms. There is no Web3 definition either, and Web3 itself too. The next stage in the modification of the World Wide Web is happening before our eyes. So far, we can only guess how this world will appear before us. There are opinions that the blockchain and DAO will become the basic for everything, to comply with a certain censorship, and perhaps we will come up something unprecedented before. However, there are some features of Web3 that can be highlighted today. The new internet will go beyond the internet and become an integral part of the physical world, something like the Internet of Things. Moving away from a centralized server, information will be distributed between nodes, so that one person will not be able to delete the content of another person just because. Instead of regular applications, we will work with tabs. Individual identity. You go through a one-time session so the internet understands that you are not a robot, and after that all interaction with other services occurs anonymously. The service knows that this is your personal identity but doesn't know who exactly is behind it. Monetized content is likely to become a ubiquitous solution so you can get rewarded for your work faster and easier. Metaverses, an upgrade of social networks. This is how the internet is now divided into Web 1, Web 2 and Web 3. Given that we can already see examples of DAOs, metaverses and other browser-like applications that position themselves as Web 3 browsers, we can note that we are now somewhere between Web 2 and Web 3, possibly Web 2.1. Everything changes in real time, so I advise you to study modern technologies in order to keep up with the times.